Hi, my name is Joanie'S. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been to my website, please visit Joanie'sWhiteLightHealing.com. I am a professional psychic, medium, and healer. If you are interested in having a session with me, please contact me through my website. For those of you who are not local to North Central New Jersey, I do Skype, FaceTime, Facebook video, and phone sessions. And for the locals, yes, I am seeing people in person, but if you prefer remote, I've just mentioned the other avenues for that. You could find me on Facebook. Please like my Joanie'S White Light Healing fan page. And if you'd like to friend me, please message me and tell me how you found me. You could find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, and SoundCloud. Here I am on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and press the bell all icon. Like, share, and please comment below. I really enjoy hearing what you have to say. And if you have any requests for any future videos, I am more than welcome. I am more than willing to do that for you. So I bring the highest of Christ-like consciousness, meaning the ones that are enlightened, highest of energies. I put sacred space around this area, and I put white light protection around myself. There are no negative lower energies that come in to my channel, and I am not a fear porn, doom and gloom psychic. I am here as a catalyst or a bridge, here to inspire, educate, validate, support, and I offer direction. We are all hardwired the same way. There is no difference between you and me. My veil is very, very thin, and in this lifetime, I am a healer and a psychic, and I do this, and that I believe that we all are unfolding, unwinding, unraveling issues to then thin that veil so you too can do this too. So with that being said, I thought about what I would talk about today, and I thought that the word courage was the most important thing to discuss. Why? Well, we're in very tense times, no? This is an extremely stressful time. For some, it is beyond comprehension, and people are either extremely anxious and panicked, or they are numb. And that's the extreme side of the continuum. And the other is tripping the light fantastic, where people have the ultimate faith. Some are woke regarding truth or whistleblowing stuff, what's going on behind the scenes, and others aren't, yet their faith is very, very strong nonetheless. Whichever is the case, there are folks that despite the walls of Jericho tumbling down around, there are people who are going about their daily business and waiting for the big reveal. Then there are most that are in between, dealing on all different levels, experiencing real true-to-life issues now. What I'd like to bring up is that we are all being triggered regarding other lifetime events as a result of this experience. And we're also being triggered regarding other lifetime issues that we did not heal there. And there's a bleed-through effect here. So if you have not worked on other issues in other lifetimes, and you put stress into the system in this lifetime, I bet your booty that you have now sparked up the Barbie elsewhere, and you have a lot of bleed-through effect here of what you need to address now. For example, if a person was avoidant of conflict in other lifetimes, and there is conflict here, I can betcha that the avoidance meter is all the way up. It's all the way to the right, meaning highest, highest, highest that it could be. What can one do about this? One can ask themselves what they're afraid of, what they don't want to see, feel, and know, and then do some reality checking. Is this fear, are these fears of mine realistic? Will those things really happen if I feel, if I know, if I see? Very important to do reality checking. Most of the time, what you fear, your deepest, darkest fears, will not come true. They are not realistic. Now, I don't promise you this. As a former therapist and a healer, this is what I have concluded. I used to be very, very phobic. So I had many fears, and I would ask myself, well, what's the worst thing that could happen? For most people, and for what I thought, I'd lose my mind or I'd never stop crying, or both. So some people think that it will just be a bottomless pit and they'll just keep spiraling down and down and down. Have you ever done that? Many people have, and that's maybe where they need therapy. I highly suggest it. Maybe they need meds to keep them going. I suggest it if this is what your doctor prescribes, if that's what they feel is what's indicated. Whatever the case, facing your fears and asking yourself whether they're realistic fears, whether the outcomes that you are projecting onto your future as being realistic, those are my suggestions. So, courage. Courage, I believe, is the internal foundation that one builds up, creates in order to feel, see, and know in the moment. Courage, I don't know if courage comes out of nowhere. Oftentimes, people build and create courage as a result of having successfully gone through challenging situations. I believe that when we come into a lifetime to begin with, we have everything that we need. And then as we experience third dimensional dramas, when the veil is put over us and we don't remember that we are safe and that we have support and that we've never been disconnected from source, I believe that that's when karma is incurred and fears rise up. And then we go to our passing and we bring those fears with us. And then we incarnate in other lifetimes in order to work through them so we can balance them, neutralize them, and send them back home to the light. So courage is what we have always had. Courage is with us. And if we embrace the concept that we are all one, that we are all courage as well. Courage is part of the oneness. It's a consciousness construct. So we bring with us that piece of courage that is what we all are and have. And then when the veil comes over us in an incarnation, we forget that we have it. We go about our business in a lifetime, and then oftentimes there's a trip up and we forget. And then we get challenged. Do we have the courage to face the adversity? Sometimes yes, and it happens, great, and sometimes no, and the person lacks the courage. Could be that the situation around them or the messages that were given to them were stacked not in their favor, and it makes it even more difficult for you to remember that you can acquire, achieve, attain, remember that you have the courage. You always had the courage. You are the courage. I'd like to remind you that you always had the courage. Always. You never lost the courage. Courage is part of our birthright. Courage is what we have. I didn't look up the meaning of courage. I don't care to. It doesn't matter. Each of you have your own definition. So I'm not going to prescribe what Merriam-Webster says or what Joni says. You get to decide for yourself what courage means for you. But I believe that we all have it and you have it. And it's a matter of remembering that you never lost it. What I suggest is that you sit and you could rid yourself of any karma related to any forgetting that you ever lost courage. Let's do this now. Across time and space, forwards and backwards across all generations. Wherever there's any karma, where you moved away from the knowing that you had courage and developed fears and insecurities, vulnerabilities, fragility, depression, anxiety, and panic, and any other symptoms that would make it difficult for you to withstand what is going on today in the world, the stressors. We ball them all up and you say inside, I forgive myself. Now, why would you do that? Because oftentimes in a lifetime, and maybe this one, if you're faced with adversity and you cave, you give in, you might blame yourself saying, oh, what a weak person I am, or oh, I should have stood up for myself or stood up for them. I didn't have the courage. How foolish am I? So by forgiving yourself, you're releasing the karma that you incurred by crossing yourself. Next step, forgive everyone and everything. Beautiful. Holy, this is very holy. Ask for everyone and everything's forgiveness. Please, all of you, forgive me because I had unforgiveness towards you. I see a rose being placed on a dish and it sits there. And it infuses with its energy your area by you. So you could do one of two things. You could buy a rose and put it on a dish. And if it has like one of those little, I don't know, those little water ends where it keeps the little edge hydrated, fine. If not, maybe that one rose, that sacrificial rose, can be used for your healing. If not, you can find a picture of a rose and you could put it on a piece of paper. You could cut out the rose and put it on a dish, and with intention, put out that the rose is emitting the love frequency for you, and it's doing a lot of clearing and healing for you in this way. Last step, thank God for these life lessons. Now, we are all pieces of the oneness. In religion, to say that God is I is heresy. I embrace unity consciousness, which is different from religion. It is the belief that we're all connected and we're all one. So you can thank the collective, thank yourself, thank us all, thank you for these life lessons. Have a sip of water now, and sip between now and when you go to sleep. It'll help flush any negative energies through the physical body. I want to get back to courage. Faith. Faith is also very important. I read someone's piece on Facebook about faith, that no matter what happens, one has to maintain their faith. So I believe that having faith in something greater assists in one having courage. So I feel like they go hand in hand. I highly suggest having faith. I can't tell you how to do that. It's a leap. When they say it's a leap of faith, it's going outside of what you see and know and what is measurable and reportable. And it's having a hope and desire that there is more going on than what you see before you. I'm going to see if there's anything more regarding courage. If you find that you are sad and scared, feeling like you're losing it, I highly suggest seeing a therapist. Call your doctor if you're not well. This is for entertainment purposes only. As a psychic and a healer, if you find yourself in those type of mental straits, reach out to people. Find ways to do self-soothing and calming that's balanced. Sometimes a stuffed animal being near assists. Yes, you can be an adult and have a stuffed animal, a love object, a blanket. If there's a person that you enjoy being around, you can ask to see them. I would not do the energy vampire on anyone. If you are lacking courage and you are looking to take someone else's energy from them, that isn't fair. A person has worked themselves to get to that place. If you wish to chat with someone about your concerns and are considering changing and healing, that sounds great. But if you are just there to do help, rejecting, complaining, or the discharge, I would say like the shitting on someone, the dumping, I think that that's irresponsible, and that's where I believe you should pay someone to listen and assist. At this point, no one really wants to hear complaining and dumping, because the stress level that we all have is very, very high. It's not fair to anyone at this point. Take things day by day, break things down into manageable parts, moment by moment, if necessary. You could put the word courage on a piece of paper. It's very, very, very valuable. I see actually the word courage in capital letters. I feel like the bold capital letters are very strong. You could make a Word doc bold, some letters, maybe even in block letters in bold, and print it out and have the word courage in certain key places as a visual for you. And some powerful affirmations. I am strong, I am able, I am willing. When you say I am willing, you're opening yourself up to learn, to grow, and to heal, and to face things. Another thing also that helps when you might feel frightened or if you're lacking courage is to say, this too shall pass. You can call upon your higher self. So you could talk to that part of you that knows better, and you could say, please assist. Please show me how to cope. Please offer me the courage. Show me how to, with grace, traverse this very challenging situation now that's going on Earth. What you can also do is you could call upon the other incarnations of yourself, where you are incarnated in other lifetimes now, and you can ask those aspects of you to assist you. These are the aspects that do know courage, that are courageous, and are able to manage situations with grace and ease, with that courage. You say, hey, I'll give myself, for example. Hey, Joni, you in those other lifetimes where you know how to do this, where you're highly courageous, please talk to me. Talk to my higher self over here and teach me and show me and guide me how to be courageous here. That will assist. Also, you can call upon divine ones, the ones that you pray to, the ones that you believe are of assistance, and you could ask them to help you with becoming more courageous if you are lacking it. Now, for those of you that have courage, congratulations. You might be the rock. You might be one that represents strength, solidity, foundation for many souls, for a few souls. You might be teaching people. Just by being you and having courage is role modeling. Thank you for working through issues, whether it's here, elsewhere, or both, to be who you are, to offer us this. It raises the vibration of the collective and moves us along towards the new earth reality that we are presently creating. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was an off-the-cuff topic that I decided to do within 5 minutes of sitting here and doing it. Everything happens for a reason, and I offer you the strength, the continuance, and the perseverance, the courage to face every day with grace and ease, and I wish you well. Bye, y'all.